Studio's finally finished. Welcome back. Look, good exposure.
I'm Batman.
Good exposure.
I'm Batman.
I like the exposure on this camera so that I can show you the studio without it lighting up and going dark and lighting up and going dark. Of course, my face will light up and go dark, but I think that'll be a lot less distracting and more natural than the alternative. Like I said, I got the studio finally finished, and I'm really glad to have it done too. I don't like whenever things are in disarray. Hey, look, there's my name. I don't like having shit everywhere, not being able to record if an idea hits, not being able to just play music, because I also do that in here. I'll just turn the music up loud and play guitar and sing, and haven't been able to do that for a while. The singing voices suffered because of it. For those of you who don't sing, or if you're looking at trying to get better at singing, the biggest tip I can give to you is sing as often as you can, preferably every day, because the voice is but a muscle. I mean, it's not technically a muscle, but it works like one. The more you work it out, the better you'll be. So I'll show you around, see what's going on here. You can see the guitars. I got my sleeves rolled up because it's fucking hot. Got the guitars up. You guys have probably seen that before. There's the super bright LED light. So the studio actually has great lighting. I'm really happy with that. There's the vintage bulb. That's nice. If I turn all the lights off and just leave that one on, it gets really yellow and golden in here. And the lighting itself for camera is probably horrible, but it creates a cool atmosphere. Cool recording atmosphere and cool recording lighting, I think. Recording lighting. You know what I'm saying? Got all the acoustic treatment up. It took a while. I do most of my vocal recording facing this corner. Got those speakers there. Now you can finally see. Those are what I use as monitors. What do you use? Cubase working on cleaning up files. That's going to take a little bit. So I record most of my vocals facing this direction. You can see the microphone. It's going to be a different microphone on the new album, on the new material that I record. It won't be the SM7B. We'll get into gear probably later on. But I wanted to make sure to have treatment, which I guess you can't see, it's too dark, but there's treatment that goes in behind that speaker and then all around the TV below to really make sure that I wasn't getting those reflections from my voice. And then there's the bass. Some of you have said that you see the guitars, but you see I don't have a bass. No, I do. It's right here. It's off doing its own thing. And if you're curious as to what type of bass that is, it's a Godin Freeway 4. Not a Schecter. I want a Schecter bass. I'd like to get a Stiletto. Those are pretty cool. They have active pickups. It'd be nice to get. I'll probably get one day. And then you can see all the Schecters hanging up. Classic, Blackjack ATX, Lady Luck, She Devil, 30th anniversary. I love these guitars. The ones I play the most are at the bottom though. And this is an original classic, not the reproduction. You can see I'll do a spin here. You can see how I oriented the acoustic treatment. Got it on the ceiling. Hi, I'm pretty happy with it. It sounds a lot better in here. Whenever it was all empty, man, did it sound horrible. I hate rooms that are just super reflective. Just not appealing to the ear at all. So we'll start over here in this corner. Now, you can see that these acoustic panels are pleated in one direction. I covered that in another video. I decided to use that to my advantage and bridge the corner of the door with them all standing straight up, so whenever I open the door it hinges on those. And that allows me to stop this is kind of an empty corner. I don't have much going on here because the door swings out that direction, and that's a bad area for bass frequencies to build up, and I wanted to break it up as much as possible in that corner, so I did that. Here is the picture that Alter Bridge signed for me. That pick is not an Alter Bridge pick, that's a pick from Mark Volalunga from Nothing More. Nice guy. We got treatment behind the guitars. Here's the speakers that I was painting. These are the ones you may have seen them. They were wood. I didn't like that, so I painted them the same color as the door frames and whatnot. I actually didn't want to use the color that I put on the wall because it was really thin, and I went to Home Depot and they had this little tiny thing of paint. Somebody messed it up and it was 50 cents and it happened to be the same color as what I painted in here, so I thought that was really cool. Got that so you can't see in there. It looks a lot better than it did. Base hanging up, obviously, we went over that. And then here's a step away from the wall. There's that bastard. Got the panels and strips over here. So it doesn't completely kill the room. You don't want to completely make a room dead. You want a little bit of life left in it, controlled in a way that it doesn't negatively reflect in your audio recordings. Like here, all my guitars are mic'd. I don't do direct audio with my guitars. So it's important to have that signal as clean as possible without any room reflections or some reverberance from the wall, which is why behind the cab there's also acoustic treatment to stop the cab itself from resonating low-end frequencies and then getting into the microphone and making the track sound flubby and loose and not put together. Point, yeah, there we go. Got an SM57 that I'm working on testing out and getting in the proper placement. I really should make this brighter. Here, let's do this. And maybe that'll be a little bit better. A little brighter now. So, like I said, there's acoustic treatment behind that. SM57, that's what we were talking about. I'm getting that set up. I like the sound of that speaker. It's a 4x12 cab. I like the sound of that speaker. That's the speaker that I mic'd in ROT. I mic'd it with a different microphone. That's why the tape is there. If you're micing a cab, be sure to put tape on the cab to show you exactly where your microphone is. Also, this little piece of tape here, that showed me the distance away from the cab that the microphone prior to the SM57 was. So got that set up. Here's my chair, get out of the way. Mesa amps, spot where I was micing it with the Beta 58. Sitting in the corner is the SM7B. That's the mic I use to record ROT. It's a good mic. Right side speakers, monitors, things, LED lamp with a nice Dyson fan in it. That's pretty cool. And here's the other LED strip. So if I turn and my videos are this way, you can see the guitars are lit up. And if I turn and I won't be facing this way probably when doing videos. I don't know, I guess that doesn't look too bad. But the whole thing is that it lights up my face really well. I did a video about those. They're really, really bright, but they do a fantastic job of lighting up the studio. Got the panels up here. Had a lot of these fall down, so I just used the T-panels, or T-pins, which I did another video on. Got the wood, and you may be wondering what this little ring is. That's actually the lid to a candle. Yep. What I did was I drilled a hole in it and then put a screw through it into the wood, and the Gorilla Pod tripod thing that I'm holding the camera with right now is magnetic. I can take it and stick it onto that metal lid and point it out. So in the future, whenever I get I either buy or build an adapter that goes from my mixer to the phone, which is what I'm using as a camera because it's a great camera, then I'll be able to do live streams with the camera on the phone with direct audio from the mixer, and it'll sound a lot better, and we won't have shitty room sound where you can't tell what's going on. So that's what that's there for. This is the webcam that I'll be using for live streams in the near future until I get it set up with the phone. It still works really well though. I'm excited for them to roll out the app for people with less than 10,000 subscribers. Another LED lamp. Super bright in this area. Both monitors, like I said, Cubase cleaning up stuff. Water bottle. Here's the microphone that I'll be using in the future to record the next album with. Other set of speakers. Here's that gum I was getting on in the other video. My rack mounted gear. Secondary monitor for my recording computer. Microphone. Come, can't see there. Depth perception in the phone's not what it should be. This is the AKG D7. I love that mic as a live mic. You can see that I hang my headphones from just a screw in the side of the speaker. It's all tools. You start treating shit all delicate and it won't work. You'll end up getting nowhere. Mixer. It's a Mackie CR1604. It's an older mixer and it works fantastic. It's an analog mixer. It's not a digital mixer. So you don't, in my opinion, it has a better sound to it. One day I'll upgrade because the new digital mixers are really nice, but for now that does the job perfectly. There's no reason to upgrade. I have all my instruments running through there and then they route out to the computer. But yeah, here's the studio. You can see that the color in the video that I did before all the acoustic treatment, the color was really, you can see the strokes of the roller. I liked that. I liked how it broke it up, but as you can see now with the acoustic panels on the wall, you can't really see it all that much, which I also like because now the acoustic panels break up the wall. I'm really excited to have it done. Focus on music and stop focusing on putting shit together. I like for things to be set up. I don't like to have to wait and a bunch of chaos and disarray. Live streams will be to come, playing guitar and singing. Looking forward to that. Want to give you a quick tour, show you exactly what it looks like in here. Don't forget to subscribe. How you like this? This is really fun, isn't it? I'm getting pretty dizzy. Oh Jesus. Whoa. Oh, better stop. Better stop that. Wow. Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe. Hope to see you next time.